Go guys, little crappy guy there. Choked. Yes, sir. Hi guys, beautiful little striper. Or hybrid. No, it's a striper. Yeah. No, he ain't that big. No, he ain't that big. Real skinny guy. Hey guys, a little largemouth on the crankbait.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Ah.
We on. So, this is a little different video than normal. A lot different from normal. Like I said earlier, I'm going to explain like what I think my 3 best baits are for right now, as of early spring. We got the dogwoods blooming and everything. So I'm going to go over my baits and my setups. This is my setups. I'm going to go over my setups and what I like to use. And if you guys find it helpful, just let me know in the comments. But I guarantee you, these 3 baits will catch you bass here in the next couple weeks. A lot of bass. All right, let's go over this. So first, I'm going to go over this guy right here. This is a Fritz side, basically a square bill. It's a Fritz side 5. It's made by Berkeley, and it is a great bait. I've caught a few fish on this one, and I just have this one tied on. It's chartreuse. We've had a lot of rain here lately, and that's been a good bait. But any kind of square bill this time of year, you mainly want to target like back of pockets and stuff like that. The water temp's around 56, 57. These fish are going to start moving back in these pockets and you know, get ready to spawn and stuff. And even secondary points going back into pockets. That's normally when they stack up first. So that's mainly what I target this time of year, is them secondary points going back into long haulers, because the fish are going to sit right there, stage up, eat up, and go back there and spawn, because it's getting that time. We've had an early spring already. So yeah, this guy right here, he's caught me a lot of fish. I throw this on a I throw it on 15-pound test. So I'll tell you why I use 15-pound test. A lot of times with these square bills, you're going to be absolutely eating rocks and stuff like that, and you throw fluorocarbon like me. I'm throwing 15-pound Seagar fluorocarbon. I believe this is Visinix. It's high dollar stuff, but it's really good. But that's the reason I throw 15-pound test, because it gets nicks like crazy. You can throw it on 12, that's what's recommended, but you'd have to retie a lot more. I throw this on a now the rod's going to throw some people off, but I throw this on a 7-foot power heavy. You don't need a heavy, but these big largemouth, when they're that shallow, I don't like messing around with them, especially in tournaments and stuff like that. I will not mess around with them. I like getting a good hook in them. If they got it good enough, especially the big largemouth, you're going to want a bigger pole, because you can swing them in anything like that, especially on 15-pound test. You know, big largemouth, not giant largemouth, I wouldn't recommend it, but you know, 3 or 4 pounders, you can swing them all day. That's why I throw a 7-foot power heavy. This is a Ducket. It's a T-Rex. It's a Dean Rojas edition. I've had it for a long time, and I really like this rod. I throw this. So when I throw a Mach 2. It's a Mach Crush 2, and it's like a 10-1-1. It's a really fast reel. So what I do with it is I just slow roll it as slow as I can on the side of these pockets and the side of the secondary points going in. I slow roll it, and it's not really recommended. You want a slower reel if you want to crankbait, but like I said, this is just my setup. This helps me get bass in the boat more than it would. You may get more bites on the right setup, but this helps me get more bass in the boat. I'll slow roll it. That way, if one does get it, I can crank on them really quick, especially with this heavy rod. I can get them in the boat pretty quick. Yeah, that's on a Mach Crush 2. It's a 10-1-1, I think. It's really fast reel. And what I do is, like I said, I just slow roll that bad boy, and they normally grab it this time of year. It's a really good bait. If you have a little chop on the lake, wind and stuff like that, it's a lot better. It really comes to life if you got a little wind. But yeah, let's move on to the second one. All right, guys. My second bait I recommend this year. I've caught fish on this. This is the new Duckett's Subtle Swim Baits. It's in shad color. I throw this on, I think it's a 3/16 ounce. Any 3/16 jig heads I really like. It's kind of a slower, but it gets you to the bottom even in the wind. This time of year you want it to be slow because these fish are moving up, getting active, and they'll hit it a lot of times on the fall. I mean, a lot of times. And so you really got to watch that. Just feel the tick in your rod because they really like to grab it on the fall. But yeah, that's just a subtle swim bait Duckett makes. It's fairly new, and I throw that on this is just a regular, jig head 3/16, but any jig head really works if it's 3/16. Just kind of make it get a jig head that kind of matches what you're throwing. I mean, I'm weird like that. I like to match it all the way. But I throw this on a Duckett Ghost. I've had this rod for a while. It's a really good rod. It's a medium heavy. It's a 7-foot spinning rod, excuse me. And I throw this 10-pound test red label Seagar. Really good line. As you can tell, I'm a Seagar fanatic. I love Seagar. It's the best line out there. What reel I'm throwing a yeah, that's what I thought. Mock Smash. It's a loose reel. It's a really good reel. It's pretty fast reel too. Really good. I have that paired up. It's red and green. Looks pretty sick. Not really, but I've had these reel and rod for a long time. But 10-pound test Seagar, like I said. Just any spinning reel you're comfortable with. The reason I throw a medium heavy spinning rod is I like getting hooks and fish. I don't like messing around with them. You can throw mediums and stuff. Your hooks are real good. You'll get hooks in them. But like I said, I like to be able to fight back. So I like a stiffer rod. That's just, like I said, personal preference. You can get them in the boat a lot quicker, and in my opinion, it hooks the fish a lot better. So where I target this, where to throw it, is the same thing as the crankbait I was saying. The best places to throw this is on points. If you can find multiple points going back into a holler, secondary points, not the main ones, or even the main ones right now, you can catch them. But when it gets warmer, I think it's 57 on most lakes, and if it gets up to 58 and stays there in a week or so, they're going to move up on them secondary points. I seen a lot of fish yesterday in about 8-10 foot of water, so they're there. They're just making sure the weather's going to stay right so they can go ahead and start spawning and stuff. But I target that. What I'll do with this is the same thing. I'll throw it in about 10 foot on the secondary points, and I'll slow roll it across the bottom. And because the fish are stuck on the bottom right now, like I said, ready to spawn in about 10 foot. And if you slow roll that by them, normally they will absolutely crush that. I've had a lot of success with this on Blue Ridge Lake. Blue Ridge is a swim bait lake. I don't know if anyone's fished that watches my videos, but now you know. If you're from Blue Ridge, get out there and throw swim bait. If you didn't know, most people already know. But it's a very good bait this time of year, and it catches a lot of fish. So I'm gonna go on to bait number 3. All right, so bait number 3. Okay, so I had this one tied on. Most of y'all know what this is, but this is a jerk bait, obviously, for some people that know. But this is a pointer SP. The water's been really muddy, like I was saying earlier, so this is a pointer SP. I couldn't tell you what exact color it is, but it has chartreuse on the bottom, obviously. But this is a really good bait right now. I caught a few fish on this yesterday. Like I said, this one goes about 5 foot. It's really good, like I said, on wind-blown points, stuff like that. It's just a really, really, really solid bait. It's probably one of the best baits early spring you can absolutely catch fish on. Logan, you see him in my videos. He caught, not on this one, but he caught, an 8-10 a couple years ago, largemouth on a jerk bait. So never count a jerk bait out. You might not get many bites some days, but you can get the right ones, and some days you can absolutely just wear the fish out. I mean, no big giants, but good fish. You can wear the fish out. It's really good to go throw with your Garmin. A lot of people's got Garmin's now. You can see the fish. Like I said, they're about 10 foot. Some of them are off the bottom, or they might be a little higher this time of year because, this time of the year the bait's coming up, so they'll be right under the surface. So them fish are feeding up this early spring to get ready to spawn, and they know that. They can feel that in the water. Like I said, the water temperature's 58. They feel it warming up. So if you can get a dying, basically this is a dying shad imitator, they will normally choke it, especially these big spotted bass around these lakes around here. It's really hard to beat. This at my number 3, this would be it. It's really, I don't throw a jerkbait a whole lot, but a lot of people that like throwing jerkbaits, you better start throwing it right now, because it's a dang good bait. I throw this on a 7-foot medium. I like a medium action rod for a jerkbait. Throwing 12-pound test on the jerkbait. It's what I really recommend, because you don't really have to worry about nicking your line and stuff, fishing open water and over points and stuff, because you really don't hit nothing. But I throw 12-pound test Seaguar Visinex on this. A 7-foot medium action Veritas rod. I love Veritas. I've always been a fan for years now. My reel's a little fast, but I like it. Like I said, as you can tell, I like a fast reel. This is a LFS Speed Spool Lose Tournament MB, and what I like is you can throw that thing out there and absolutely get to the maximum depth really quick. And that's the main thing. When you throw in there, you want it to go down where the fish are. Like I said, a lot of people's got Garmin's and stuff now, so you wanna throw your jerk bait. You wanna have multiple. You wanna throw your jerk bait to what depth you're seeing the most fish in. And if you're seeing them on the bottom around 10 foot, throw you an 8-foot diver jerk bait and just jerk it across them, and they will come up and smash it this time of year. Like I said, they're feeding on shad, and they're getting ready. They're getting fat. They're getting ready to get up there and spawn for sure. But yeah, this is my number 3. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little different. We caught a few fish. I added a few fish catches. Caught a few crappie yesterday. The crappie are moving up, which is good. We caught a few yesterday, just not a lot. It was high pressure yesterday. The wind was blowing, and it kind of knocked them off. They didn't want to eat for some reason. I really couldn't understand that, because the water temperature was around 56. But these fish know the weather is kind of crazy here. It's, you know, North Carolina, it's either 30 degrees or 70. You know, there's no in between most of the time. Like I said, with that last bait, the jerk bait, I always target the same areas. I mean, big hollers, you can throw that actually in the middle of hollers. Jerk bait, if you see them on your Garmin and stuff like that, you see them, you know, moving up, because there's different stages with these bass, and each bass are in different stages at all times. They don't all move up at once. Normally, a bunch of them will move at once, and there's always like 3 different stages. You always have your pre-spawn, you have fish that are spawning, and you'll have your post-spawn fish. So whenever it gets right, you'll catch all 3, because you'll see some, you know, spawning skinny, post-spawn real skinny, beat up, and then you'll catch some that are still fat, which haven't, you know, you catch the ones that are real fat, they're just now moved up, you know. I mean, it's just weird like that, and it happens. But that jerk bait, like I said, you target the same areas as you do, as I explained with the crankbait and stuff like that. It just depends. If you throw those 3 baits and you're on fish, one of them is going to catch fish more than the other. So you'll just have to stick with that, maybe adjust a little bit. But yeah, made this video because it's different, and I know I didn't do videos just to show y'all that I don't always catch fish, and you know, it happens. Even the best fishermen, you know, don't catch fish, and I don't proclaim to be no best fisherman, but I try my best to pump videos out for y'all. I really enjoy it, and like I said, I appreciate everyone that likes, subscribes, and comments and watches my videos. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys like these type of videos, let me know in the comments below. I really enjoy every one of y'all's comments, so please leave a comment. I'd appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, like I said, any questions, guys, just let me know. I'll try to do better, and like I said, if you like this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. I would like to do this every 3 months. That would be sick. So if y'all really enjoyed this, let me know. But I hope y'all have a blessed day, and then that's what I got for y'all today. So y'all have a blessed day. Until next time, Real Hook Cast, and we'll see ya.